Once, a girl lived in a world where everything she cared about seemed to slip through her fingers. When the parrot entered her life, his bright feathers and sweet chirping brought back a warmth she hadn't felt in years. Afraid this happiness would vanish too, she decided to keep him inside an iron cage. She whispered through the bars, "As long as you're in here, nothing can hurt you, and you'll always be mine." Inside the cage, the parrot had everything he needed. Fresh food and clean water came every morning. The parrot grew fond of the girl's gentle voice, but his eyes always drifted toward the open window. He thought, "She really is kind, and this food is good. But my spirit belongs in the wind." One afternoon, the girl smiled and opened the cage, wanting to hold him. Seeing a chance for freedom, the parrot flapped hard, trying to fly toward the ceiling. Instead, he crashed heavily onto the table, his feathers fluttering helplessly. Looking down, he realized the painful truth. She had secretly clipped his wings so he could never leave. "You don't need to fly," the girl said softly, touching his back. "Everything you need is right here with me." Sadness filled the parrot's heart, but even then, a tiny spark of hope refused to die. Months passed into seasons, and while grooming himself each day, his flight feathers slowly grew back. One bright morning, seeing him fully healed, the girl decided to test how loyal he really was. She carried him to the open veranda, placed him on the railing, and stepped back. "If you truly love me, you'll stay because you want to, not because you have to," she challenged silently. The parrot looked at the endless blue sky, then turned toward the girl's hopeful, tearful eyes. For a long moment, the comfort of the cage and his love for her made the choice difficult. But with sudden courage, he leaned forward, pushed off the railing, and caught the morning breeze. As the wind rushed beneath his wings, pure joy erased every luxury he had ever known. "There is no blessing on earth greater than making my own choices," he realized as he soared higher. The girl watched him fade into the clouds, a painful silence settling over the empty porch. But life in the wild was a brutal reality for a bird raised in captivity. He spent exhausting days searching for tiny seeds, shivering through freezing rain without shelter. On the coldest nights, memories of the girl's warm room and full bowls tempted his mind. "I could go back," he thought, staring toward the distant town lights. "I'd never be hungry or cold again." But then he looked at his fully grown wings and knew he could never trade dignity for comfort again. He accepted the struggles of freedom and chose never to return to the cage. Back at home, whenever the girl saw those empty iron bars, she finally understood what love truly means. She realized forcing someone to stay only creates a prisoner, never a true companion. Real loyalty can only be proven when there is freedom to leave, even if that freedom means losing the one you love the most. please subscribe. English Story Base.